We, the jury, find the defendant, Orenthal James Simpson, not guilty.
Yes!
What the hell?
What?
Maybe we should get new roommates.
Yeah, maybe we should.
It's the OJ trial all over again. This video is brought to you by TatumStore.com. TatumStore.com. Get the merch link in the description section, or you can click on that little button right here. You click on it, you can buy straight from YouTube and get you an item and never leave the video. Like and subscribe to the channel. Y'all already know what to do. I was going to say, please, please, please share. Please make sure you subscribe, because not everybody that watch the videos is subscribed. So just hit the subscribe button. It don't cost you nothing. It's free 99. But subscribe, and let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, people are going crazy on O.J. Simpson. God dang. I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, I wanted to take a little bit of time to reflect on OJ's death and let everybody, all the naysayers, get what they have to say out, and then we see the flood start coming of people having a lot of commentary. I will say this, and I don't have any connection to Code them, so I don't know what actually happened. I believe that he's guilty. Everybody in America believes that he's guilty. If he wasn't guilty, they probably would have found a killer by this point. So, and then he write a book, If I Did It. That's crazy. But anyway, I think he did it. Towards the end of his life, I would say, I didn't know he was battling with cancer. I would say that he was quite comical. That dude used to interject in murders, and it was insane. I remember when Henry Ruggs crashed into that girl and killed her in a car accident, and what do you know? Your boy OJ said, man, he shouldn't have done that woman like that.
Somehow this math is not adding up to me. You're driving a car at roughly 160 miles an hour on a public street and end up killing a girl and her dog, and you get 9 to 33 years. Same courthouse, same city, same state. I don't know. Somehow it just does not add up to me. I'm just saying.
It was another situation where somebody killed a woman. He go, oh, he did. He was talking about abortion. It's a woman's choice. A woman should be able to do what she want to do with her body.
Let's start with Roe versus Wade. I thought it was a horrible decision. I think women should have the right to decide what happens with their bodies, especially in cases of rape and incest.
Murder.
I'm a little surprised at some of these.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Larry, I can't do it.
Brandon, he didn't just beat a murder case. He beat a double murder case. And don't forget, he's taking time away from tracking down the killer and killers of Ron and Nicole in order to do this video. And regarding women having a choice what to do with their body, Nicole didn't have much of a choice because he decapitated her. And Donald Trump doesn't have a social media platform, but this double killer does.
It's like, OJ, I don't know if you can't read the room, bro, but you got off. Just go lay down somewhere. But I do think towards the end of his life, he had a lot of interesting things to say. And I ain't got no connection no way or the other. You know, back in the day, I heard that he caught her and the other guy cheating, and that's why he did what he did. Now, you know, I'm not in that. But people are losing their mind. They losing their socks. But I want to show very vividly that not all black people are as ignorant as some. Everybody from the time we were growing up knew, and I'm going to play clips of show you both sides of people that are insane and then people that are sane. But ever since I was a kid, everybody knew OJ did it. Everybody in the black community knew OJ did it. The problem was that LAPD tried to frame a guilty man. That's what happened. They didn't have to get that glove like that. That man had enough evidence at the scene and all of his uncooperating, statements. That dude did it. Circumstantially, they would have got him. But they tried to put a layer on top of a layer and ended up putting that glove on him. And that became the referendum against the court system, because they wanted a reason to retaliate for what happened with your boy Rodney King. And when they did that, it just changed the public perception that they're trying to frame him. Everybody knew he did it, but they say, how dare they try to frame this man and put a glove on his hand? Not guilty. And that man's entire life legacy was rested on that case. And, you know, I'll also say this before I get to the videos that I want to show you guys. Rodney King, y'all need to stop talking about Rodney King. Can we all just get along? Rodney King had no business doing what he was doing. He should have got his butt kicked. They just kicked it too long. That man took them on a high-speed chase. We were taught in the police academy that he assaulted a police officer before he took police on a high-speed chase. You're not an innocent man once you take people on a high-speed chase. That's irrational, unreasonable. And then he get out of the car and we find out he was high on PCP and all kind of other stuff. But he get out of the car, he do not comply one time. Go watch the video. Go back and watch Rodney King. He had plenty of chances to just stop. It was one point they stopped hitting him. And he just refused to do what they asked him to do. And they should have stopped and said, look, it looks bad. We just beating this black man. And he just screaming and rolling around. Let's try something different. And there's a reason why they used the sticks instead of hands-on, because he was on PCP. He was crazy. He probably had crazy strength. That's how he was taking them batons. But they framed it to make the white cops look bad. When in actuality, he deserved every bit of what happened to him. It's just that they went overboard and the imagery of it was wrong and it looked bad. Because they taught us this in the academy when I was a cop. When you hit a person with the thing, man, and it ain't working, you got to do something else. Because it ain't going to look good with you just stop resisting, and you just beating a man. It ain't going to look good at all. Roll the clip. We're going to show the dichotomy between black people on this topic. The illiterate ones that are insane and the ones that make common sense. Roll the clip.
And it's also just worth noting how much was impacted by this trial, Jake. So many things happened. We saw policing changing here in the city. And it's also worth noting, because of that unrest, that racial unrest in the 90s, that is why so many people who may not have been invested in O.J. Simpson were just happy to see that someone who was rich and famous and black could get away with what other people did in the system as well, too.
But it was so racially charged because of what had happened just before with Rodney King, but also just how Black Americans feel about policing. It's not like O.J. Simpson was the leader of the civil rights movement of his era. You know, he wasn't a social justice leader, but he represented something for the Black community in that moment, in that trial, particularly because there were two white people who had been killed, and the history around how Black people have been persecuted during slavery. There were just so many layers. And I guess I would just close with this, is that there was racial tension then, there is racial tension now. It might not be the backdrop of the Trump campaign, but until this country is ready to actually have an honest conversation about the racial dynamics from our origin story till today, we will always have moments like O.J. Simpson that manifest, and our country will always be divided if we don't actually deal with the issue of race.
Do you think that they're members of the jury that voted to acquit O.J. because of Rodney King?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
How many of you think felt that way?
Oh, probably 90% of us.
90%? Did you feel that way?
Yes.
That was payback.
Uh-huh.
You think that's right?
He's a double murderer in the eyes of most people in this country. White, black, Latino, African American, and everything else. But it was more important to folks at the time to indict the LAPD and to shine a spotlight on what they were doing to African Americans in the city of Los Angeles. And that was why O.J. Simpson ended up a free man that year. It was more important for black Americans to make sure we shined a light on the LAPD as opposed to convicting O.J. Simpson for murder. He was one individual. I thought he was guilty as hell. I stand on it. If I was on the jury, his behind would have been under the jail. Make no mistake about it. He'd have never got out.
You know something, man? Johnny Cochran, who was a friend of mine, he had put the system on trial.
Right.
Not O.J.
Right.
He put the system.
Yeah.
O.J. killed everybody in that driveway. Let's just, to hell with all this. O.J. killed both them people.
But the question is, where do you stand on this issue? Do you think he did it? Do you think he didn't do it? Do you think it's reasonable that people are trying to say this was a referendum when the black man and then until America start identifying these issues, we gonna always be interracial. You believe in that, or you believe, man, the man just did it, and it was culturally heated at that point in time. It was a big racial thing that went on, fueled by the media, fueled by all the race hustlers, just like they do today. I see you on the next one.